recognize their good work. You should know how to treat your subordinates. You cannot be very harsh with them. You have to be very pleasant, persuasive, diplomatic, and see the best work is taken out of them. In railways, it's a very difficult sort of an association that you have. Your own subordinates, your own colleagues in other departments, and your own superiors. Everyone you have to maintain a very cordial and excellent relationship. You must learn that. And you should be recognized as a very pleasant person all the time, by everyone, particularly your colleagues in other departments. Because most of the things you find, whatever you do, it will have a reflection on another department, and particularly finance. You should know how to handle the finance, how to take them along with you to get your things done. In railways, I used to say in my days, the power is not with the general manager, the power is with the FNCO. Is the finance who controls the power? No, not that way at all. Because the general manager refuses to exercise his own powers. That's why it happens. You should exercise your powers. Don't try to pass it on to somebody else. Similarly, when you give an order, it should be very brief, very precise, and correct, very apt to the subject concerned, very unambiguous. Orders you should be able to respond on the files. This should come as a habit. I used to have a senior colleague of mine, one batch senior to me, one Mr. M.N. Prasad. He is no more. He became chairman Relay Board. You must see the way he issues orders on the files. His own handwriting. That is how it has got to be done. Learn how to issue orders on the file. And then you have to develop a tolerance, I would say, to certain things, which I used to say 3 P's. P, you know the capital letter P. You must be indifferent to 3 P's. These 3 P's are promotions, places, postings. You should be indifferent. 3 P's. Unless you are indifferent to these things, you can't be happy in your career. Railway is an all India service. You may be posted today in Southern Railway, after some time you may be enough railway. You should grudge that posting. You should curse somebody because you are being posted. You may have your own difficulties. For your information, in my first 15 years of service, I had 25 transfers. But I never regretted it. And the most crucial period of my children's education, I had a transfer from Southern Railway to Eastern Railway. I never objected to it. And again, another most important stage of the career, children's education career, I had a transfer as Chief Engineer Madras to CAO, Central Railway. That is one occasion I was reluctant to move because my children were on the very, very critical stages of education. I was a little reluctant. Though it was a promotion. I was Chief Engineer Construction Southern Railway and CAO Construction Central Railway. Is one post higher. In those days, there were only 2 CAOs in the whole country. One CAO, Bombay BT, and one CAO at Southeastern Railway for the new railway line constructions. At that time, the chairman railway board was R.K. Jain. He was senior to me, only 3 years senior to me in the IRSC. He rang me up and said, Sreedharan, if you don't go, you are making a serious mistake. You have got still a lot of time in your service left. Unless you move now, you won't become a general manager, and you may probably have a good chance to become a member of the railway board. Please move out. I agreed and moved out. And my family and children had to remain in Chennai for another 9 months of the academic year, all by themselves. And I was CAO, Central Railway in Bombay. But even that separation had its own good results, I can tell you that. Because I was away, I found the children more responsible, more responsive. At that time, you'll be surprised to know, my eldest son got admission in a management course. My second son got admission in medical course. Third fellow got in IIT. And my daughter stood first in Madras University in English. So, these things, you may have personal inconvenience, but don't refuse any transfer given to you. I have seen these days, people all want to be only around about Delhi. Everybody wants to be Northern Railway Board. Nobody wants to go to NF Railway, or even any railway. And least of all Southern Railway, except Southerners. This is an all India service. You have elected for it, and you have to go by the rules of the game. So don't be at all indifferent to a posting. Similar in the same railway to places. That also don't at all bother about, never grudge about it. It will have its own good effects later on somewhere else. In the same railway, you will find that your colleague has been given a plum posting, but you are giving some unwanted posting at a faraway place. Never grumble about it. You should learn to take it in its own stride. Accept it. You are not bargained for it. Never ask for anything at all. In Sanskrit, what is called nirapeksha. Never ask for anything. Never request for anything. Whatever comes, take it gladly. This attitude you should have. Places and promotions, same thing. You may not get promotion because it's a huge batch. Your batchmate in one railway must have got promotion. You would not have got it. Never bother about such things. You will get it in your own turn. This attitude as a railway man is very, very essential. Indifference to 3 P's. Please note it down if necessary, if you want to be happy in your career. Otherwise, if you start grudging it, if you start cursing the people who issue the orders, you will be very unhappy. You will be only spoiling yourself. If you are unhappy, the member staff who has issued the order or member engineering, he is not unhappy. Only you become unhappy. It only affects you. Learn these things. Then the other thing is, never be afraid of 3 things in your career. Railway working. Never afraid of these things. One is vigilance. The other is audit. Third is your own confidential reports, CRs. What is now called as
APAR.
Huh?
APAR.
APAR. There is no CR. These 3 things never bother at all. Whatever happens. If you are doing your work properly, why are you afraid of the audit? If you are doing things correctly, according to the rules, why are you afraid of the audit? Similarly, if you do things correctly for the good of the railway, why are you afraid of vigilance? Again, the litmus test is it in the best interest of the railway or not? Vigilance may take up case against you. It had happened in my case. When I was divisional engineer, Southern Railway, Palghat, there was a vigilance case against my own PWI. The case was, by the Palghat division, the railway line comes very close to the biggest river in Kerala, Bharatapura it's called. And there are so many cross drainages, and this large number of bridges, their approaches were not protected properly by stone paving or something. They were not protected. So the railway sanctioned a work for protecting all these approaches, bridge approaches. stone paving. This work was not getting completed at all. Year after year, it was not getting completed. You know why? Because there was no possibility of bringing the stone to the bridge site, either through bullock carts or through lorries, because the area was always well cultivated. Three crops they take, it was not possible. So this work was not getting completed. When I took over as divisional engineer of that area, it was DN2 Palkat. I said this work cannot be allowed to go on like this. I told the PWI, since you are not able to get the stones, the contractor is not able to get the stones by trucks, get the stones loaded from the quarry, bring it by a ballast train, unload it to the sites, and get the work done. The work was done. The vigilance took up this case against the PWI, saying that an undue favor has been shown to the contractor. So when this in those days, vigilance organization was not so well spread. Now they have got the roads everywhere. In those days, it was not so much. When it came to us, I told the vigilance officer, why are you taking the case against the PWI, my PWI? Have you checked up who gave the orders? I had given the orders. So if you want to take up the case, take against the DEN and not the PWI. Don't harass him unnecessarily. He was surprised. Instead of passing on to PWI, why I am taking blame. He took it, yes, all right, we'll take the case against you. So the case was taken. It went to the chief engineer. My explanation was called for. I gave the explanation why it was done. I said, if I had not done that work, in the next monsoon, suppose there is a heavy rainfall and the bridge gets washed out, who will be held responsible? Naturally, the divisional engineer, isn't it? 6 years work has been sanctioned, you are not carried out the work. If it is not done, who will be held responsible? And how much damage, how much losses the railway will incur? I gave this explanation. My chief engineer accepted it, my explanation, but the vigilance will not accept it. So it went to the railway board. In those days, the member in the railway board is the final authority for all vigilance cases. It doesn't have to go to the chief vigilance officer. If an officer is involved, it doesn't have to go. So the member, one Mr. S.K. Sood was the member of the hearing. He saw the file. He saw my explanation. He said, this officer cannot be held responsible for this. He completely exonerated me for the crime. No, he did not stop with that. He made out a circular. Here is a young officer. He was very young at that time, hardly 24, 25. Here is a young officer who has taken the correct decision, although it has annoyed the vigilance, and which has saved so much for the railways. I want every young officer to follow his example. He wrote that letter, sent the letter to me, and copied the letter to all the railways. This is what I expect young engineers to do. So why are you worried about? If it is done in the best interest of the railway, you can always justify it. Learn to justify such acts. So don't bother about the vigilance. But the litmus, as I told you, should be, is it in the best interest of the railways? Now, in my service, for the last 66 years of professional life, I would have done many things